2020 marked a major shift in American thinking toward communist China. With trust broken and ties cut off, Western patience with the regime is running out. Some consider it a battle between the Chinese Communist Party and the democratic world, with the United States at its head. An organization called the Clean Network has emerged around the world. It's reportedly completely free from equipment made in China. China has used stolen US military technology for decades to boost its own armed forces, but new US measures are working to put that to a stop. The battle has also expanded to what are called soft power sources, like culture, education, and medicine. And Beijing has seemingly weaponized everything in its arsenal, but now it's facing backlash from all directions. China has conducted a live-fire exercise in the South China Sea from a military base that US analysts say has been massively improved. Beijing's People's Liberation Army used Harbin Z-9 helicopters during the drill, which then fired live missiles at simulated targets. According to the United States Naval Institute, the missiles, launched several days ago, were anti-ship variants. The helicopters reportedly took off from a base at Sanya, the southernmost city on China's Hainan Island. The USNI said the base is crucial, stating it had the ability to make a difference in the balance of power in the region. Chinese forces appear to be improving the base, with satellite images allegedly revealing the construction of a new dry dock. US analysts said the base has been in the works for around 4 years, and its size suggests it will be capable of accommodating China's upcoming Type 003 supercarrier ship. The aircraft carrier is currently being built in Shanghai, and is estimated to be larger in size than China's previous 2 carriers, which were based on old Russian designs. The upcoming ship is also expected to make use of an electromagnetic catapult used to launch aircraft, similar to US aircraft carriers. Such a catapult would make the ship capable of launching heavier aircraft than designs without it, the USNI added. The Naval Institute said the base had been massively improved over the year and stated, having a dry dock on Hainan will greatly strengthen the naval presence in the region. It indicates that aircraft carriers will be permanently based on the island. The South China Sea is a source of tension between the US and China. US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said earlier this year, Beijing's claims to offshore resources across most of the South China Sea are completely unlawful, as is its campaign of bullying to control them. Zhao Lijian, China's foreign ministry spokesman, hit back saying, China's territorial sovereignty and maritime rights and interests in the South China Sea are solidly grounded in history and law and consistent with relevant international law and practice. The US, as a country outside the region, wishes nothing but chaos in the South China Sea so that it can gain from the muddied waters. More recently, U.S. naval forces also conducted a freedom of navigation exercise in South China Sea waters claimed by Vietnam. On Christmas Eve, USS John S. McCain asserted navigational rights in the vicinity of the Con Dao Islands. The U.S. Navy's 7th Fleet said in a statement, the ship conducted normal operations within Vietnam's claimed territorial seas to challenge excessive maritime claims and preserve access and navigational freedoms consistent with international law. 2 United States destroyers conducted a rare double-ship Taiwan Strait transit on the last day of 2020, as their Chinese counterparts kicked off massive naval exercises in the disputed South China Sea. It was the 13th mission through the sensitive strait in 2020, but the first time in the year that the US had sent double destroyers there, according to Beijing-based think tank the South China Sea Strategic Situation Probing Initiative. Military experts suggested that the transit could be related to ongoing large-scale naval exercises by China's People's Liberation Army involving its aircraft carrier Shandong and other warships in the South China Sea. China's maritime authority said the PLA was conducting 3 10-day exercises simultaneously off the southern Chinese island of Hainan, beginning on Tuesday this week. The American transit was announced by the U.S. 7th Fleet on its Facebook page, where it said 2 Japan-based guided missile destroyers, USS John S. McCain and USS Curtis Wilbur, had conducted a routine Taiwan Strait transit on December 31 in accordance with international law. It drew an immediate rebuke from the Chinese Defense Ministry, which said it was provocation and sent wrong signals to supporters of Taiwan independence, amounting to a serious threat to peace and stability. The Beijing government views the self-ruled Taiwan as its own territory, to be brought into its fold by force if necessary, and has been angered by increased U.S. support for the island, including arms sales and sending warships. Thursday's mission was the second time U.S. warships had sailed through the strait in 3 weeks, according to the U.S. Navy. The USS Mustin guided missile destroyer demonstrated the U.S. commitment to a free and open Indo-Pacific on December 19, according to the U.S. 7th Fleet. China's Shandong carrier then passed through the strait the following day. It's predictable that the U.S. warships would come because all the PLA Navy's exercises have taken place in the South China Sea to catch up on year-end drill missions, Chinese military expert Zhou Chenming said, adding that a potential alternative location, Bohai Bay in northeast China, was frozen. Colin Ko, a research fellow from the S. Rajaratnam School of International Studies in Singapore, said it was expected that the 2 militaries would step up activities in the region. There's no abating of the tensions between the US and China, especially given the stepping up of measures against Beijing by the Trump administration in its final days in office, Ko said. Both militaries want to demonstrate that even amid the festivities, they remain operationally ready, so this posturing and counter-posturing is designed to signal resolve. Former PLA instructor Song Zhongping said it was quite rare for the US military to send 2 destroyers when the PLA was staging exercises. The high-profile voyage indicated the U.S. had accelerated its efforts to sail through the Taiwan Strait, making the transit a routine operation, to put more pressure on the PLA, Song said. The Shandong, China's first home-built carrier, is soon expected to reach initial operational capability, the basic level of combat readiness, possibly in early 2021.